think about this year's Players Championship? One of my favorite events for sure.
Yeah, I know. It was fun to watch. There was a great leaderboard the whole weekend, really. Golf's in a good place right now, I think, and it was fun just talking to you about your experience with the players too, when you've played in plenty of them.
That golf course is cool. I said there's a collaboration of holes. Each hole's kind of got its own little story, and it was fun because off the tee there, a lot of shots want you to like draw the ball, and then your approach shot, they want you to fade it. So it was kind of fun to kind of share the stories that I had at Sawgrass. But again, the leaderboard was just filled with talent, and Justin Thomas, that we're going to kind of break him down a little bit right here, is one of our favorite players.
Yeah, it was fun. It was fun to watch JT work it both ways because he really was hitting draws, hitting fades. He's kind of a fader, but we saw him hit plenty of draws.
Well, that last 5-wood draw right there.
The toe helps you a little bit.
The toe does. Yeah. So what do we like about his golf swing, Amy?
Yeah, so Justin does some really cool stuff. Some of it's a little bit unique, but I know we're big fans and we love his golf swing and we love his matchup. As we take him to the top, he has great alignments going up. We love his takeaway. We love the way he's setting up the tilts in his body. And you know, one of the things that people talk about with Justin is that he has really vertical left arm. I think we hear that a lot. What that means is that his left arm's like above his shoulder joint, his right shoulder joint there.
Yep.
But what's really cool about that is just how he's set up the tilts in his body. Like we talk about shoulders on a tilt, hips on a tilt. So if you are someone that maybe is kind of flat in your backswing, maybe feeling more vertical with your left arm might help you create a little bit better tilt to the ground, going to the top.
Yeah.
And then if you're somebody that, you know, maybe already has a vertical left arm, maybe you struggle with like being a slicer or something, we're going to discuss some of the things he does coming down to kind of match that up a little bit.
Yeah, it's pretty cool because a lot of you are probably looking at Justin Thomas going, right now you're like, wow, how is he not going to hit it in that oak tree on the left right there, right?
Yeah,
how is he going to get the club head so it kind of lines up so he doesn't pull the crap out of that ball?
One thing we talk about, right, we talk about depth. So depth is kind of like, if we just drew a line down from the butt of the club, right, he's just about at his toes. So doesn't have much depth, like relative to maybe some other PGA Tour players that we like maybe say like Rory McIlroy, for example. They might be very polar opposite.
Yep.
So now let's just take him to his downswing here so we can kind of talk about how he does create some depth coming down with what he does in his wrist. So if you guys notice, let's do that. Let's take him back up to the top and do that again. Watch his club head right here in transition. Watch it go up. See it actually go up this way. So what he's doing is creating width and kind of shallowing. He's kind of doing it in his wrist with some nice like flexion here to make the club actually go like this.
Yeah.
So now it's super shallow. Now he can get on his toe like we all see, like kind of a signature move with Justin Thomas. His footwork is pretty cool.
Super rotary.
He can get really open and he can kill the ball for being a little guy.
Yeah.
Because of this little move he did right in transition with his wrist. So
jealous because he's not much bigger than I am and just kills the ball probably 50 yards off the tee further than I do.
So you see him at impact, look at how rotated he is.
Oh, he's wide open, belt buckle, everything. But at the same time, what's really cool about Justin Thomas is how he's like rotational like this, lines the club head up nicely, but still is like inclined to the ground. He never like pulls and starts to stand up.
Yeah, which a lot of people do. Like if most people that get up off their right toe, right, their knee kind of kicks in, they kind of lose their lower body, they can't open up.
Yeah.
Versus Justin, who's staying in his tilts and turning at the same time, is really cool.
Yeah, and then his exit is pretty unique. See how it's like basically in line with his shoulders right there?
Yeah.
Amazing how round he is.
We love that circle he's playing on with his body, right?
I know. I think as we look at Justin Thomas too, he's a great example of somebody with a giant amount of width. We all talk about leg component and stuff like, but he's the opposite. It's like you. He's going back and up and around with the club versus getting it really narrow. An example would be Phil Mickelson or somebody like that gets really narrow and then has this kind of, I would say, somewhat chaotic release, whereas Justin Thomas is using his body to kind of support the face a little bit longer. It's maybe why he could be one of the greatest players that we've ever got to watch on TV.
Yeah, it's a really special matchup. We really like it. And
yeah, we sure do.
Yeah, we're excited for Justin's future.
Yeah, we are.